next is one you will not see on the tabletop very often, or almost ever. And that is the Chaos Titans Legion. The Chaos Titans are a fascinating part of the lore, especially in the Horus Heresy, which is when I was really introduced to the Titans. Before that, a lot of the books I'd read were on a smaller scale and didn't involve anything that grand. And for both the Chaos and the Imperial Legions of Titans, there's one book that comes recommended by everyone beyond everything I could see, and that is Titanicus by Dan Abnett. Dan is one of my favorite authors in the Warhammer 40k universe, and everything I've heard about this gets glowing reviews, so make sure you check that out. It's definitely on my TBR. I'd love to learn more about Titans, and I feel like this book would be the way to start. Next is my least favorite legion of all of the Space Marine legions, and I'm sure I'm going to get a little flack for that, although I think more people agree with me than disagree. That's the Word Bearers. Yeah. They are a very, very interesting faction that is, in my opinion, one of the worst types of heresy. A lot of the Space Marine legions have a good reason for doing what they did and why they went the direction they did. But in my opinion, the Word Bearers don't really. There are Word Bearers inside the Legion that do, but the Word Bearers as a whole do not. They were the problem child from the beginning. And I would say, besides this book, the other place you could start is the Horus Heresy itself. They're laced through the entirety, and you get a really good picture of who they are and how they work. But for non-heresy books, because that is the rule that I set for myself, it's Dark Apostle by Anthony Reynolds. Almost said Renault, and that is wrong. Anthony Reynolds. It does have a lot of really good reviews, and I've heard some good things about it. Don't know if I'm going to be reading this in the future. I have learned to very much hate the Word Bearers because of the heresy, so we'll see. Maybe I'll come around to them.